What's up, ACF? We're here with Lit Fam. So, Lit, how do you think your fight went?
I mean, it went as well as I expected it. Honestly, I had a good fight. It was definitely a good fight.
It was a great fight on both ends. It was.
Yeah. I didn't even expect to go 3 rounds.
You,
There was a couple of times where I definitely didn't think I was getting up.
yeah, you did very well. Especially for the experience level, the experience
Yeah.
difference. I mean, you did
Yeah.
pretty well. So what advice could you give someone who is interested in competing?
Um, Definitely practice. Practice is definitely going to pay off in any type of competition. Especially something as easy as physical fitness. Um, Cardio for fighting is definitely a huge one.
Definitely
Um,
cardio.
Other than that, just I'm sure that practice and reiteration of things, would definitely help in you know this kind of scenario.
Exactly. Um, do you plan on coming back to fight again?
Um, I honestly don't know. I could if I started practicing, I probably would. Just depends on what I'm doing and how much spare time I have.
Okay. And if you were to come back, would it be boxing or MMA?
I'd probably do boxing.
Boxing. Okay. Yeah, you did pretty well in your boxing match. Um, yeah, do you have any other comments or any questions?
Not really. I mean, I guess for people that don't know, um, I'm sure that there are some people that do if they see this. Um, the person that I fought was supposed to fight somebody else that day. I turned 21 that week and celebrated it that weekend, a Friday night. Showed up to watch fights that Saturday and ended up getting in the ring. Um, it was definitely an interesting experience. It was a fun one. Um, Definitely a great group of guys, and honestly, to do this and have a lot of fun and put up a good fight, it just takes a little bit of practice. Got it.
Yeah, so like you said, it was I'm glad you had a fun experience. I'm very, very happy and I'm very glad to hear that. Um, and like I said, you were supposed to come out and watch instead of compete. And I do appreciate you stepping up to the plate and actually competing for the person that did not show up.
No problem.
All right. Thank you for having the interview. I really appreciate you having this interview with us and
Anytime.
having our fans get to know you a little bit more.
Not a problem.
All right. What's up, ACF? We're here with the Shadow. So, Shadow, how often a week do you train?
Um, I try at least like once to two times if I can.
Okay. And would you say cardio is a good thing to work on?
Yes,
Yeah.
because it helps like keep your balance straight. It helps you, good with like running, staying on your feet,
And your stamina as well.
stamina. Yeah.
Um, so what type of training did you do to prepare for the fight against the machine?
Probably like running, couple like shadow boxing, push ups, sit ups, squats. Basic thing for like core to like lower body. help your like endurance and
Yeah, I definitely agree.
yep.
So the fight between you and the machine, it was a very good fight. Went to the third
hmm
round. Um, so do you think we will see a rematch later down the road between you two?
Um, I I'll say yeah, maybe give me like more time and all that other stuff to prepare and yeah, maybe yeah. If he's down, yeah, I'm
Okay.
definitely
Some more time to prepare and train for it.
yeah. hmm
Okay. So what advice could you give someone who is interested in competing?
Um, I'll say like make sure you train. You know what you walk into, even if you don't know like what your opponent is. No, make sure you protect yourself.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree. Um, do you have any other like comments or any questions at all?
Um, no, not that I can think of.
Okay, and are you interested in coming back out?
Yeah.
Yeah. How soon do you see yourself coming back out?
Um, probably I want to say like give me like a little bit of time to like recover, and then maybe like 1 or 2 weeks after that.
Okay, then we can talk about a date and that time.
Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have any questions at all?
No.
No? All right.
Yeah.
What's up, ACF? We have the machine here. So, the machine, I know you're new at fighting, but how did you feel in the ring?
Well, I was pretty nervous in the ring, considering it was like the first time in my life I had ever fought anyone, like ever. I had like no fighting experience whatsoever. So I was pretty damn nervous.
Okay.
Yes. But as soon as I just started fighting and such, I just kind of tuned everything else out and just as thinking I had to give 110% of what I got, and that was like the only thing that was going through my head.
And how did you feel about the experience? Was it a fun experience for you?
It was fun, certainly different, but fun.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
So you're 2-0 in MMA. Would you be interested in boxing in the future?
Well, MMA or boxing doesn't really matter. I mean, it's still fun in
Yeah.
either way.
You just want the competition.
Well, I guess you could say that, yeah.
Okay. So do you plan on coming after a title in your weight class?
Title?
Yes.
Hmm, I, I s- yeah, I guess that would be interesting. But I'm mostly just here to just try to just fight and have fun, really.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't really matter to me if I earn a title or not.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you like coming out and fighting. You've been pretty consistent since you've started. Um, and you've had 2 matches so far. Both matches that you've had, I've liked. They turned out pretty well. You've done very well. I can tell you've definitely been training on your free time.
Well, to be honest, I wasn't really doing a whole lot of training, as you might probably think.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, definitely, especially in your fight with Steel Ranger. I couldn't really tell, to be honest with you. You did very well. Like I said, you had a TKO. in the first round. You did pretty well in that fight.
Yeah, thanks.
Um, so what advice could you give someone who is interested in competing?
Well, I would. I'm not quite sure what advice. Considering I still don't really. I'm still pretty much an amateur at fighting. I just kind of tuned everything else out and just focused on my opponent's movements, trying to keep my guard up as much as I could, and just strike when I have an opening. Even you, even using whatever I don't know angling that's necessary. Like when Paul had me in like a hold, well, I was trying to punch him in an angle, like when I was trying to sweep him up in a straight line towards his face.
Yeah.
Basically, I was just kind of like, well, I'm not quite sure how to explain it really.
Yeah, and that was a great fight. For everyone who hasn't seen it, it's on YouTube and Instagram. Steel Ranger versus the Machine. It was a great fight. Like I said, the Machine got a TKO victory against Steel Ranger in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
And what would you say about cardio? Would you say that future fighters should work on cardio before they come out?
I certainly would recommend it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, cardio is definitely a big thing. Especially in experience, you need cardio in a boxing or MMA fight. If you don't have cardio, I mean, you're gonna be gassed out by first round, end of the first round, second round, and what's good if you can't continue fighting. So definitely
Yeah.
cardio is definitely a good thing to work on.
Yeah.
But you've definitely been great. Your fight, um, your fight um, with the Shadow went into the third round, and yeah, and your match with Steel Ranger, honestly, I think was your best fight since you started.
Well,
Um,
first time I've ever won on the first round.
and it was our second TKO since we started.
Hmm.
So it was nice to have that content.
Yeah.
Do you have any other comments or any questions before we wrap up?
Um, not particularly, no.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap things up. Um, so we're done interviewing the machine. All right, it was nice interviewing you. All right, peace out, ACF.